we colorize the high resolution satellite. When I say high resolution, this is kind of a sector that the satellite is able to kind of hone in on, and we get imagery every single minute. So this is even in more real time than radar. And it just shows you that well-defined inner core, well-defined eye, and there is really nothing to stop this from further intensification right to the point of landfall. The only setback for that to happen is that the window of opportunity is quickly closing as it is moving very rapidly up toward the Florida coast. But I do want to emphasize the impacts that are being felt from this storm. It is not just right at the center, but we're getting those heavy rain bands across the state, as well as the associated moisture well up to the north. So this is going to be a major issue for kind of our southeastern states, not the states across the Gulf South. Those were going to be kind of protected by that very dry air. But with the storm moving so quickly, it's going to be able to maintain those strong core winds well inland, which is why the hurricane warnings that are highlighted in red extend almost up to Atlanta. So some of the kind of suburb counties in the southern part of the city are included, and all of Georgia is included in either a tropical storm warning or hurricane warning. Tropical storm warnings also up toward parts of western North Carolina. Rainfall is also going to be a big issue, and that high risk of flooding, which you don't see very often, that is a high confidence of life-threatening flooding that will extend well beyond just landfall, but across Atlanta and up through communities such as Greenville, South Carolina, Asheville, and Boone, North Carolina. So this is a powerful system. Tornado watches are up. Several warnings have already been issued, and more to come as it continues inland. Now again, making landfall probably around 9-10 o'clock tonight. It will be weakening, but it's going to take some time to weaken, and because of that fast forward motion, still could be a 2 or a 1 even as it crosses over metropolitan Atlanta. And what is amazing is, looking back through history, there has never been a hurricane pass across Atlanta. Several tropical storms, but never a hurricane. This may be the first. For us, though, less humid air, and it's going to continue throughout the weekend and into next week, because there really is no sign of that Gulf moisture surging back anytime soon. And let's hope it never surges back, because while we do have Helene, we also have Isaac, which thankfully is not going to impact land. Invest 98, probably well on its way to becoming Joyce, not going to impact land. But another area that we'll be watching next week, again, kind of like the Helene setup in the early stages, there isn't anything there now. So models are going to be all over the place until something actually starts to form, which may not even happen until early to mid next week. So it's an area we will mention now, but otherwise models are completely useless with trying to figure out what that does or doesn't do and where it may or may not even go. So we got a lot of time to watch it. We've been under mostly sunny skies all day today and a beautiful sunset. Temperatures have been on the warmer side, still mid 80s, but dew points much lower, and they have been falling since earlier this morning. So wherever temperatures and dew points were this morning, it's going to be even cooler tomorrow morning. 75 was our morning low so far for the day. I think we'll probably be below that later on tonight. So the low, I think, for the day will be set just after midnight as the humidity is continuing to fall. And we'll be in the 60s on both sides of the lake to start our Friday, and highs lower 80s. Beautiful weather, just a little warmer heading into early next week.